Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Rakakwadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharwan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. And salutations to the fellow Akim, Atwafim, and children that believe in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother, I thank y'all back to another lesson. And Yahweh Ratazah is edifying. I just wanted to highlight this video of this brother, all right, rethinking the dollar, all right, AI elder here of the Lions Den Camp, as well as the apostles, all right, mainly Apostle Tahar. Highlight this individual, which is a good page to subscribe to, all right. This brother basically goes into and he watches the currency, he watches the dollar, all right, as he just dropped another video entitled Checkmate. Russia escalates currency war with new proposal. All right, and the scriptures speak on these things, man. You know, the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. All right, and ultimately that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the downfall of the dollar, right? Because with the collapse and the downfall of the fiat currency, right, of America, all right, the dollar bill, comes a famine, all right, pestilence, you know, all hell's breaking loose, as America being once deemed that great city, that great country, right, referred to Revelations 11 verse 8, all right, but it's going into a third world country, all right, being robbed of its riches, all right, and it's all by design through the elites, all right, as you have Russia, it might beat them to establishing and declaring and have a control of the blockchain system, man. You know, basically, Russia is stepping out to the forefront with a whole layout and a plan, proposing it to the central bank, and how to regulate the digital currency. All right. So, one of the scriptures I want to start off with is the book of Revelations, chapter 13. All right, because that's ultimately what we're waiting on, man. Very few prophecies, all right, left. All right, in this Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, right? You know, and being given that the world is in his hands at this moment, all right? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, according to Job 9:24. All right, he has all the power, all the deceivableness, all the witchcraft, right? His blessing was the sword, you know, the physical sword, all right, in itself to pillage and rape, rob, and murder, just as well as the art of war, all right, the craftiness of this damn devil, his mindset, all right. The scriptures speak on how he's wiser than Daniel, all right. So this is more than just a physical war, all right, but it's spiritual as well. And even so, when it comes to a war in itself, all right, we're looking and hastening the time and the day of World War III, all right, because that's also prophecy, biblical prophecy. All right. It's Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? You know, and that image is his mark, all right, which is the RFID, the chip, all right? You know, and you look at the world, the state of the world today, everything is backed up and out of order and out of wax. Why? Because you have, all by design, gradually America being done away with. All right, you have a few people at jobs today, all right, where certain employers and companies can barely function, all right, because the way the demographics have gone when it comes to jobs and working, all right, with these app-based jobs and things like that, it's all created to to milk America dry, all right, to bring it to level zero, ultimately, all right. Bring in that fourth industrial revolution, all right, where Esau, he rather use robots and machinery than the people, all right. So ultimately, if you don't want to worship and bow down to his image, all right, you're going to be castrated out of society, all right. You're not going to have no place into his fourth industrial revolution, his new world order, his global reset. It's Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? You know, and eventually he's gonna make it mandatory. He's gonna cause that everybody, no matter if you big or small, rich or poor, or if you're a bondman or you're free, all right, or consider yourself to have some type of freedom, all right, which you're not, all right, in this realm, in this damn, in this hell, you know, this hellish condition that we're in, all right, especially if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, all right. He's gonna cause you to have it in your right hand or in your foreheads, man. All right, anywhere in your body, ultimately. All right, you can play semantics if you want to, but if you receive that mark, the Lord is gonna judge you. All right, and this is verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right, and they're practicing that now. All right, where it says no mass, no service. All right. Where you have establishments and places like that who deny you off of if you have on a mask or not. All right. So this is what we're dealing with. This is all the precursor to Revelations 13:15 on down. All right. And for the judgment for those who receive that mark, this Revelations 14:9, verse 9 and 10. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right, you give your spiritual allegiance to this damn devil and go and get that damn device, all right, a license to commit sin, you know, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right, and that Lamb being Yahushai, the sacrificial Lamb, who's go wax strong with the hosts of heaven. All right, behind him is Michael. All right, the top Archangel Michael, meaning godlike power. All right, you know, you're gonna be thrusted through in the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for receiving this mark. But I want to skip to 2-minute mark in 33 seconds, all right, as he's gonna say some things, and Lord's will, he doesn't copyright it. All right, he's gonna use a little bit of snippet of his video so you can see the important things that they had highlighted in this document.
And it's very interesting, this particular law here, but it says Russia expected to regulate crypto like foreign currencies, the report said. To give you an idea what's going on, I highlighted a couple things here, but it says the Russian government and the country's central bank have foreign currencies, the report says. To give you an idea what's going on, I highlighted a couple things here, but it says the Russian government and the country is expected to be introduced by February 18th. Quote, it says the circulation of such financial assets will be regulated by the state with strict obligations for all participants. Tuesday night, a draft law is expected to be introduced.
Hey, it be like that sometimes, man. They be messing.
With Infinity Now, your test drive comes to you.
Bear with me, Salaki.
So you can try one car one day.
Be introduced by February 18th. Quote, it says the circulation of such financial assets will be regulated by the state with strict obligations for all participants in the professional market and an emphasis on protecting the rights of form of currency. It says according country's central bank have reached an agreement on how to regulate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in a plan to recognize digital assets as a form of currency. It says according to a document published on the Russian government website on Tuesday night, a draft law is.
So they don't have to necessarily use America to be the forefront of the blockchain system, even though mainly a lot of the Americans is moving that way and using the blockchain system. You got a lot of these artists and actors persuading the people, right, to invest in Bitcoin and all these other blockchain systems, because that's the way of the demographic. That's the way that's the new world order that the world is going into. All right, being in the hands of these damn devils. All right, but hey, again, no matter if you Russian Caucasian, French Caucasian, British Caucasian, or you consider yourself to be an American Caucasian, all right, you're all descendants of Esau, Edom. All right. The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. And ultimately, they're two, whether it's Russia or America, is two wings of the same bird, man. Just as you got the Democrats and Republicans, all right, playing one side, all right, it's all an act, all right, and it's all in the benefit of the central banks, all right, the Federal Reserve, to establish their blockchain system and their new currency that's gonna coincide with that image, all right, that device, all right, that they want to put in all flesh, all right, to make you the cyborg, to tie the straw man to the buyer ultimately, right? So, hey, could the feds have Russia regulate blockchain and ultimately run and operate it? You know, who knows? All right, but it's ultimately, this is showing how they're moving quickly. All right, that's why you got talks of Biden, this damn nigga, and his administration of putting crack pipes in the hood. Like, what are you talking about? You know, it's all a distraction because it's real things going on right now. And this Revelations 12:12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right, this devil know he got a short time to rule, man. His rulership is over with, you know, and that's why he's trying to do everything in his power to prolong his rulership and to finesse, you know. Jake like to use that word, you know, finesse. You know, this damn devil is trying to finesse, you know, and ultimately finesse you out your birthright. But hey, the Lord forbid, you know. So it's moving quick. That fourth industrial revolution, all right. That global reset, right. But from there, I want to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 5. And this is Matthew 24 and verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, all right, anointed, and shall deceive many. Right, and that's what you got going on right now. Hey, just to show you the times we in, all right, with all these wayward camps that have been on the forefront with all these damnable hearsays, all right, these wayward doctrines, showing themselves to not be sent by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, showing themselves not to be men of the Lord. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, and the reason why I started at verse 5 is because that's a part of that confusion that's going on right now as well. All right, but at that very same time in verse 6, it states that we shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So we hear those as well, right? Those proxy wars and these little wars that they're having, these going back and forth talks and conversations that these nations are having amongst each other. That's all going to lead into the climax of it all. All right, the big war. All right. But all these things must come to pass, man. The end is not yet. All right. All these things must come to pass. Again, it's gradualism. All right. You know, he's falling like lightning. Things are happening quickly. All right. But ultimately is a gradually happening. All right. Through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, through the spirit of prophecy. You know, so be not troubled, because all these things have to come to pass for us to reach the end goal, man, which is the kingdom. All right. That's why it's imperative that we have our clean slate, you know, build our relationship with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai all the way to the end. And it's verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, man, right? All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? You know, so that's the point, you know, in verse 6 and 7 mainly, you know. These little proxy wars got to happen, you know, that's going to gradually lead us to World War III, the climax of it all, which is the missiles, you know. But ultimately, you know, is the Federal Reserve going to use Russia or China, you know, at the back end, or these other nations to regulate Bitcoin, the blockchain system? But ultimately, that's what we were waiting on. You know, we know eventually the Federal Reserve, the Feds, which is ran by the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, right? Hey, that stemmed from what? The unclean spirits that came out of the mouth like frogs, right? That part of their deception, right? The teeth, the military, the CIA. Underneath the teeth, the military is the CIA, the FBI, all these other different forms of alliances that they have set up. You know, that's like a drawn out web to persecute and to lay out their plan. You know, to persecute the people and to lay out their plan. You know, their sinister plan, and this hey, you can see it. All right. You know, so are they going to use Russia to declare and control the blockchain system and regulate it? You know, you say Biden in his administration. You know, that's why that you know, when you start to see, that's why they make reports and things like that. You know, because we look at that and we run with that. You know, but that's the trick of this damn devil, to try to deceive and throw you off, because there's other things going on in the world. And this is Job 20, and I'll start at verse 17. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. This is speaking on Esau. You know, he's not going to see the kingdom. All right, even though he's trying to hoard everything up to himself. He's a grape gatherer. He's the true nigga on the earth. All right, this damn nigga want to put crack pipes in our communities. You know, hey, Ronald Reagan did that. What, in the 60s, 70s? All right, with the war on drugs, which was the war on the Israelites. Right, and it didn't work. All right, you know, our people fall subject to the substance, but then you even had a thing called a functional crackhead, a functional a drug addict, man, when it came to our people, man. You know, we still the salt of the earth, you know, but here it is, you got Esau, Edom, you know, have a whole opiate pandemic that they're falling subject to, and they're pushing these things out here in the communities to try to quote unquote help the communities. You know, it's to ultimately rock the people asleep. All right, because there is bigger things going on. But it's back in Job 20 and 18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. Right. You know, he's ultimately gathering up those riches. All right, for the elect's sake, man. Because the Lord is go take everything he got from him, man. He go divide it against the just. Right. According to his substance shall the restitution be. Right. According to all the substance that he has, shall the restitution be. That's how much he gonna have to restore. A tenfold. You know. That the scripture about let me get that right quick. I believe that's in Proverbs. The thief, when he's caught, right? It's a lock here. Bear with me. It's Proverbs 6 and 30. Men, do not despise a thief, right? You know, fret not thyself because of evildoers, man. You know, as the scriptures say. So this Proverbs 6 and 30, it say, men, do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. All right, these are the basis of men, you know, according to Job 30. All right, these are the basis of men who used to hey, they used to come out of their caves, man. Used to drive them back into their caves. All right. And this is Job 30 and 3. For want and famine, they were solitary, flying into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Right. You know, for want and famine, you know, they was impoverished, black, right? The damn nigga, you know, they were on the bottom feeders, man, without nothing. All right. Coming out the caves trying to steal whatever crumb of food they can get. All right, used to run them back up into the Caucasus Mountains, man. All right, but back in Proverbs 6:31, but if he be found, right, pertaining to a thief, but if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold, right? He shall restore sevenfold. You know, we know 7 mean completion. He shall give all the substance of his house, right? Right. That's why our gates go continually be open, man, in the kingdom of heaven, man. So all these nations, all these heathen nations can bring the substances of their kings and princes, man. But whoso committeth adultery, Salakia. And basically the point is in 30 and 31. All right. He's going to have to restore 7-fold. All right. So back in Job 20 and 18, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he buildeth not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Right. All the hoarding up, you know, the gold in Fort Knox, all the saving and hoarding up the riches, all right, and heaping them on to themselves, all right, they're not going to be able to benefit off of it, man. You know, he shall not save of that which he desired, man, as it says in verse 20. Verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, right? You know, and that's what we coming upon, man. In the fullness of this damn devil's sufficiency, he's about to be in straits, man. You know, the divine interventions come into play. The peak of Jacob's trouble, the sedition among men, the people, all right, the uproars of the people, all right. This place is about to hit a breaking point to where there's no return, all right. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Right. You know, so as soon as he think he about to establish and fulfill his new world order, the Lord is going to make it rain upon him while he's eating, you know. And that's just the point. All right. This devil is going down. All right. I'm going to get the book of Habakkuk. Bear with me. And I'll end off with that. All right. And it's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. And verse I'll start at verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Salakia. It will not tarry, right? You know, in the aid. It's not tarrying, man. It's coming to pass. All right. You knew that the feds eventually was going to regulate the blockchain system because it's just too freely when it comes to, it's too at will, and the people has too much of a freedom when it comes to manipulating digits, man, on the damn computer, basically. All right, so you know eventually the Federal Reserve was going to come and regulate the blockchain system because ultimately that's what's going to be the main source of currency tying into the device. All right. Being numbers in the cloud ultimately versus carrying around actual paper dollars. All right. So the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And that's when it comes to all the prophecies. All right. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, and neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right, and that's why America was labeled a melting pot. You know, you had people really thinking that America's streets were paved with gold. So they'll come over here and get work visas and come to school to get a piece of the American, quote unquote, American dream or American pie, right? But again, they find out what it's a slice of the devil's pie, right? Like the song say. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laddeth himself with thick clay, right? And when you go into that word clay, it goes into debt. All right. So these other nations and these, even if a Federal Reserve, they're done away with America. They don't want these bottom feeder Edomites over here in America to be having control of the financial part of their new global reset, their new world order system, man. You know, they're done away with America ultimately, you know. So, hey, Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson was edifying, you know. And it's, again, checkmate. Russia escalates currency war with new proposal. As everybody's in an arms race right now, Russia is also at a multitasking. They on the back end trying to beat America to the blockchain system, you know, which that might be already be done, you know, when you look at how it's going. So, hey, Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson was edifying, all right? The downfall of America, the downfall of the currency, all right? Which is going to be what? Order out of chaos, all right? Create the problem, ultimately to bring in the solution, all right? Ultimately to set up their new world order and their blockchain system, which is going to be the basis of how the new currency is going to be ran. All right, so Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. Shalom, Mahabatah, and DTA. And don't take that chip.